Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is to wherever you're at. 91 Cav GT coming back at you again. Got a little bit different project going on right now. This is actually going to be a she shed. This is just a Tuff Shed is the company that actually made it. And this is in our backyard. So this is going to be my wife's new craft area. Done this before at a house we used to own and made a few mistakes, so decided to fix things, and this is what we're doing here. So what this is a 8-foot by 10-foot shed. Ceilings in the center are about I'm 5'6". Yes, I'm short. I can barely reach the top here, so it's probably 6.5 foot there, but ceilings are going to be a little bit shorter once we're all done. So let me give you a look around. Yes, it is busy. Yes, it is dirty. It is nasty. Okay, I am building this shed completely off-grid. Yes, I am right next to the house. Yes, I could run an extension cord, but that is a 100-watt solar panel, and it is running inside here to my portable power center that I made. It's got all kinds of tools and everything stacked in front of it right now, but okay, what we've got here is on the top there is a 1,000-watt DeWalt power inverter that is actually running right now, charging Ryobi battery for my air compressor. I'm taking a lunch break, so I decided to go ahead and get everything charged up right now. The main power down here is turned off for the radio and for the outlets, but the solar charge controller is still working, and the power inverter is still working. This charge controller, you see the little light there, little orange light showing that it is charging. Check the battery level. And the battery level is showing about 80%, 90% charged, thereabouts. Now that is an old PWM charge controller, 12 volt, 30 amp. Very basic, but it's reliable. Never had a problem out of it. So that is connected right there. That's where the solar panel comes in to a quick disconnect fitting. Now I've got a cigarette lighter outlet here and 2 USB outlets, which I was using to charge my phone, and this is the volt gauge, so when that is all turned on, that tells me what the voltage is of the batteries. Speaking of batteries, in the bottom of this is lithium-ion poly batteries. Total of 32 amp per hour. For those really interested, I got those off of Battery Hookup. They're rated at 8 amp per hour each, and it is a, oh, if I remember right, it's a 4S4P. Yes, there's 4 in series, 8 amp per hour, wired in series, and then 4 in parallel. So it gives me a total of, or vice versa, 4 in parallel, and those each are wired in series. Anyway, it gives 32 amp per hour capacity. Not a whole lot, but enough. That is a radio, AM/FM radio on the top. The speakers are on the opposite side. There is an antenna. That is a fan that I have in there to keep everything cool, because there is a BMS inside. You just heard the charge controller click as it got really bright outside. So that's what I'm using to power everything inside here. Pretty much all of my tools are cordless, and I'm just using everything to put all this together. So I went and got several sheets of this 1/2 inch thick radiant barrier foam board to insulate this. That's what's in all of the walls, and that's also what I'm putting up in the ceiling. But in the ceiling, as you can see, it's doubled up. This is Texas. It gets really hot. So I'm doubling up in the ceiling, and I'll probably be doubling up around the door as well, since this is a south-facing wall. If I have any extra, then I'll go ahead and start doubling up from the south going to the north in the walls on both sides. This is one window that came in it. Nice little window. Shows the house. Yes, it's dirty. And this window I added. This window is where a window unit's gonna go. So I framed it out, put a little bit more bracing in here, and then insulated everything. A nice breeze blowing through here. So speaking of doubling up, that's what I was doing down here. These are panels that I pre-cut out and I glued together in 2 thick, so 1 inch thick. Those panels are gonna go here, there, and there, and then I'll have to cut different ones for the 4 ends. And then I'll go back and I'll put insulation in those areas as well. I did seal everything up really good. I don't know if you can see that very well. Well, you can see that definitely. But everything has been sealed up because window unit's gonna be there. So there's gonna be leaks around the window unit. This door does not close very good. It does not seal very good around it. So that's going to leak. We probably will be replacing this with a residential door, and that will seal up tremendously better. But everything I've been doing it off-grid. Because I can. Because I want to. Because I want to test these components out. As you know, we went through a horrible winter storm in Texas here. And this shed was almost ready, where if we had to, we could have come in here, cranked up a heater for just a little bit, and we could have actually slept comfortably out here if we had to. Once we get just a little bit more of that insulation up, we are going to be putting coverings over the walls. There is an air gap, so the radiant barrier does work, including up here. And it's going to look a whole lot different than this once we're done. A whole lot different than this once we're done. So I step outside. I put this on here and it's too thick. So I'm going to have to take it all back off because it would not close. So while I was working on it, whenever it was really cold, I just lifted that up and that kept the door closed. But just a normal shed on the outside. We will be putting trim on the bottom. Kind of close that in, kind of try to keep rodents and snakes out. But that's it. This is the beginnings of the she shed. Not done. Still got a lot of work to go. That's it. Just another one of my projects. Always working on something. So that's what we're doing. Making progress. Now I gotta go get off my feet, relax for the rest of the day, and get back on this at a later time. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking out the videos. This is not anywhere close to being completed yet. It's still a work in progress, and I'll probably bring y'all some of my other projects that I've been working on at a later time. So thank y'all for watching. God bless you, and y'all have a good day. Bye, YouTube.